Who here believes in ghosts or the paranormal? The presence of ghosts have been debated for years. On one hand, you have the skeptics that will try to debunk every spooky little thing that happens. Then you have the people that claim they can see ghosts. The stories I'm about to share with you may just prove that ghosts are real. And if you're not careful, you might become their next victim. Hey everyone, what's up and welcome back to Most Amazing Top 10. I'm your host, Lindsay Ivan, and today I'm bringing you the top 10 scary ghost encounters. Now before I begin, let me know in the comments below if you have any scary ghost encounters of your own. I'll be sharing one of my own in this video, so stick around. Starting off this countdown, we have the little girl. When Jackie was 8 years old, her parents took her on a tour of one of the oldest homes in St. Augustine, Florida. While in one of the upstairs bedrooms, the tour guide informed them that a young girl passed away in that room, and she likes to come out and play. They all kind of just laughed it off, but a little while later, Jackie was by the window when she felt the hair on the back of her neck stand up. She turned around and saw a little girl with long blonde hair wearing a white nightgown standing there behind her. Apparently, the color drained from her face and she was stuck in a trance until her mom rushed to her and snapped her out of it. No thank you, I don't mess around with creepy little ghost girls. I would have been out of there so fast. In our 9th spot, we have the wet hands. This next individual shared the time when he and his friend witnessed something very creepy. So the guy's name that shared the story is Alex, and he lived with his friend Ed. Now, he had always felt off about the house that they lived in, but Ed wasn't spooked one bit until one day. So one day Ed was walking up the stairs carrying a glass of water when he felt something cold go through him. This caused him to drop the water. When Alex rushed to see what was wrong, a creepy looking handprint appeared on the floor by the water that had been spilt. They say it was clearly a handprint. It had 5 distinct fingers and everything. They went to go get some towels to clean up the spill, but when they returned, the ground was completely dry. Coming in at number 8, we have the ghost at the end of the bed. So this story comes from a friend of mine. Apparently every night around the same time when his sister was sleeping, she would feel her mattress move, as if someone had sat down at the corner of her mattress. One time when she woke up, she even saw a man sitting there at the end of her bed. Apparently he likes to just sit there and watch her sleep. Other times she has come into her room and she has seen an imprint of someone sitting down on her bed. But that's not the only freaky things that have happened in their place. On a number of occasions, they have seen shadows move around their house, particularly the ghosts of their old cats that have passed away. I've told them a number of times that their place is haunted, but no, don't listen to me. In our 7th spot, we have the sleepover party. So instead of gossiping and binge eating junk food like normal teens do at a sleepover, this group of friends thought it would be a good idea to summon an evil spirit. So they started preparing for a seance in their friend's unfinished basement. During this, they were joking around trying to decide who they were going to summon. One of them suggested Jack the Ripper. That's when one girl became very anxious and told them that they shouldn't summon anything evil. As soon as she said that, they heard a man say, "That's right," from the other side of the basement. That's freaky. This is a perfect example as to why you should never, and I mean never, mess around with the spirit world. All you need to do is anger spirits and have them latch onto you and feast on your soul. Making our way down the list, number 6, we have the portrait. This time, we may just have physical evidence of a ghost caught on camera. Back in 1919, a group photo was taken of Sir Victor Goddard's Royal Air Force crew. It's a nice photo, until the crew took a closer look at it. In the background, right behind another man, is the ghostly face of Freddie Jackson. Freddie Jackson was a mechanic who was tragically killed by an airplane propeller. He died 2 days prior to this photo being taken, but I guess he didn't want to feel left out, so he came by one last time for a photo. It's quite creepy, and over the years, of course, people have tried to debunk it, but none have been successful. It's not like they had Photoshop back then. We're now at our 5th and halfway mark with the voices. Now, this is my personal ghost encounter that you have all been waiting for. So one day when I was young and dumb and spending the night at my friend's house, we decided to fool around with her Ouija board. Don't do it, ever, just don't. After a while of trying it, I got annoyed because it wasn't working, so I ended up kicking the board. Which was not a good idea. Never disrespect the board, because as soon as I did this, there was a large bang on the window behind us. Now the window overlooked her backyard. It was a big window, so if someone banged on it and then ran, we still would have seen them. On top of that, she has motion sensor lights, and those didn't even go off. But that's not the freakiest part. The freaky part is a couple of weeks later I get a call from my friend. She's hysterical and crying. She told me that she was home alone, but she could hear voices coming from that back room that we were in. Even through the phone, I could hear the voices. It sounded almost as if she had the radio or TV on. I actually thought that she was trying to prank me. I couldn't understand what they were saying, but I could hear like a couple of men talking to each other. It was terrifying. So we're both convinced that because I was stupid and kicked the Ouija board, and because we never said goodbye to the board, that a bunch of angry spirits were then released and just chilling in her house. Needless to say, our friendship did not last long. In our 4th spot, we have the man with the black eyes. Children and animals are often very sensitive when it comes to the paranormal. Sometimes they can see and hear things that adults just can't. Like in this next story. So Reddit user Fuzzy Bandits shared the time that she was babysitting her young cousin Alyssa. She was giving her a bath before bed when all of a sudden her eyes shot to the hallway and she started crying. At that same moment, the family's dog started barking like crazy and growling at something in the hallway. She tried to calm her down, and when she asked what was wrong, Alyssa said the man with the black eyes was scaring her. When the babysitter asked Alyssa to describe the black-eyed man, she looked up to the 2nd floor stairs. Her eyes got big and she got scared again. She turned back to the babysitter and brought her finger to her mouth and said, "Shh," while shaking her head no. Time to pack your bags and move on out. Moving on to number 3, we have The Friend. Shared by Dr. Stephen Kenyon Owen on Twitter, when he was younger he used to live with his mom at an old age home. His mom was the manager there, so he lived there with her. And since he was spending so much time there, he got used to some of the old people living there, and would often talk to them. One day Stephen and his friend were out chatting with an old female resident there. When they were done, they said their goodbyes and headed off. But his mom overheard them talking to someone and asked who it was they were speaking to. They told her, and that's when the mom's face went extremely white. The woman they were talking to died 2 days prior. Coming in at number 2, we have The Patient. So this next woman shared a story of a doctor that worked in the same hospital as her mother. So one day this doctor was walking down the hallway when he came across a woman that informed him that someone was having a heart attack nearby and needed help. He rushed to the woman, and when he got there, the woman in need of help was the woman that he just finished talking to. He was so freaked out at what happened that he even checked the CCTV footage. Lo and behold, the footage revealed him standing in the hallway talking to no one. Like, that's so freaky. And in our number 1 spot, we have the Axe Murder House. On June 10th, 1912, husband and wife Josiah and Sarah Moore and their family were found bludgeoned to death inside of their home. But the killer was never caught. To this day, this case remains a huge mystery, and now it's believed that their house is haunted. People that have gone on tours of the house have claimed to hear children's voices and screams. Others have seen objects move and fly on their own. But scariest of them all, in 2014, a paranormal investigator stabbed himself in the house after spending the night there. The freakiest part? The murders of the Moore family occurred at 12:45 a.m. That was the same time that the investigator got stabbed. And that's all for today's video. Don't forget to share your scary stories in the comments below. And now let's move on to our comment shout out portion. I'll be shouting out comments from my video, Top 10 Scary Creatures You Didn't Know Existed. Donnie Nicholson commented, "Lindsay, you're really pretty. I like the leather pants. Go Canada." Yeah, go Canada. But also thank you. I felt like Sandy from Greece when I wore them. Daniel Vaquez commented, "I'm concerned about myself because I feel like I'm learning more from this video than my classes." Well, I'm honored that you find my videos educational, but your teachers need to step up their game. Alex Michelle commented, "That Stranger Things reference though." Yes, someone caught it. All my videos have little references in them, so pay attention. And that's all the comments I'm showing out for today's video. Make sure to comment something down below for a chance to be featured in my next comment shoutout. And as always, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to Most Amazing Top 10 for more amazing videos. I've been your host, Lindsay Ivan, and I'll see ya when I see ya.